Welcome to the final game of the day at the Crossroads Conference Volleyball Tournament. We have number 2, the Meridian Mustangs, going against the number 7, Osceola Bulldogs. Little recap of what's happened so far recently. Cross County beat Dorchester in an upset to move on to the quarterfinals. They will go up against the winner of this game. And then we have BDS and High Plains as well in the quarterfinals. Starting lineups for the Bulldogs. Number 1, Emerson Prososki. Number 9, Kenza Bartling. Number 11, Easton Kropatch. I think that's how you pronounce that. Number 12, Alexis Barrett. Number 23, Bella Recker. Number 29, Gracie Conkling. The libero is number 33, Jenna Roberts. For the Mustangs, number 1, Braxton Rutt. Number 5, Taylin Philippi. Number 7, Olivia Schaefer. Number 10, Jaylee Sabotka. Number 11, Mackenzie Hofstetter. And number 12, Jetta Stewart. The libero is number 22, Kendall Philippi. And the Mustangs get us going here with number 12, Jetta Stewart. And we're going to have 4 hits on the Bulldogs. And the Mustangs take a 1-0 lead early on here. Stewart with the serve. Bulldogs push it back over. Mustangs are blocked by the Bulldogs. And we're tied at 1 point, Bulldogs. Serving for the Bulldogs, number 1, Emerson Prososki. Good save there by the Bulldogs. They look to set something up here. Big hit, handled well by the Mustangs. Mustangs go to work now. They'll just get it over. The Bulldogs setting back up for one. They were blocked, but it fell on the Mustang side. Mustangs get it back over. And again, but this time it works. Gracie Conklin gets the kill. Bulldogs up 2-1. Prososki with the serve. Bounces off the net. Mustang has to dive for it, but they recover nicely as they bump it over. Bulldogs setting up. They just push it right over and find a spot where nobody's standing. And that's going to be point Bulldogs as they lead 3-1. Serve received by the Mustangs. Mustangs wearing pink uniforms. They get blocked, but it falls onto the Bulldog side. The Bulldogs get it back over. Blocked again, and also falls on the Bulldog side. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by a Bulldog. Point Mustangs, as they're down 3-2. That's going to bring in number 8, Maria Dimas. Serve received by the Bulldogs. They get it back over. Kill attempt from the Mustangs, but it goes long. That's Bulldog point. That's going to set up number 33, Jana Roberts, the libero, to serve. Mustangs receive the serve, and that's going to be point Bulldogs. And they lead 5-2 now. Mustangs receive the serve, go for a setup. They just push it over. Bulldogs do the same. And another one that goes long from the Mustangs, and they're going to call a timeout as they're down 6-2, and so will we. We'll be back here in 30 seconds on Strive TV.
This is Craig Yurkowski with Ag West Land Brokers. I'm excited to be a part of the Ag West Land Brokers team. With over 25 years being in production agriculture, let me put my experience to work for you.
CRC coverage is brought to you by
Anderson Insurance Agency, the Physical Therapy Department at Annie Jeffrey Memorial Health Center, Aurora Cooperative, Banana Rams, Bank of Clarks, and Carlson Construction.
Be sure to visit Southeast Valley Irrigation and Pruning for all of your Valley Pivot needs, or call them today, 402-353-6775.
And welcome back to the Crossroads Conference Volleyball Tournament. It is brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions, Krytel Enterprises, Running Grocery, Lavenders of York, Shickley Grain, and Baumsberger Welding. Thank you to all of our sponsors for making this possible. And Jana Roberts, the libero for the Bulldogs, gets the serve. The Bulldogs lead 6-2, and that's tipped and falls on the Bulldogs side. Point Mustangs. And serving for them is number 10, Jaylee Saboka. They're down 6-3. Bulldogs receive it, bump it over. Mustangs set up for a kill here, and they get blocked. Point Bulldogs. And that's going to set up number 21, Saleha Gehring, to serve for the Bulldogs. They're ahead 7-3. Gehring with the serve, and that's an ace. Oh, never mind. It bounces off the net, and the Mustangs saved it, and they returned it back to the Bulldogs. But the Mustangs get it back after a Bulldogs return, and they hit it down into the net. Point Bulldogs. Bulldogs ahead 8-3. And that will be a point Mustangs. They're down 8-4. Serving for the Mustangs is number 7, Olivia Schaefer. Bulldogs receive it, go on the attack. Handled nicely by the Mustangs. Mustangs just try to tip it over, and they find it a way for it to fall into no man's land. Point Mustangs. They are down. They trail 8-5. Schaefer with the serve. Bulldogs receive nicely. Just bump it over. No attack from them. Mustangs go on the attack. It goes long, but net interference on the Bulldogs. Point Mustangs. Mustangs pull within 2, down 8-6. Serve handled by the Bulldogs. They set their offense up. We'll just hit it back over. No attack there. Mustangs just go with a bump back over. And a pushover from the Bulldogs. And Bulldogs tried to stop the Mustangs. Falls down on their side and hits the ground. That's another point Mustangs. And the Mustangs are within 1 now. They're looking to make this a ball game. They still trail 8-7. Served by Schaefer, received by the Bulldogs. They go on the attack. Gets tipped, but the Mustangs are still able to retrieve it. They pass it back over to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs go on the attack, but net violation on the Bulldogs again. And that gives it a point, Mustangs. We're tied here at the York Auditorium. 8-8. Bulldogs looking to turn it around here. Mustangs looking to take the lead. They go on the attack. They push it over. Bulldogs handle it nicely. On the kill attempt. And they're saying that went wide. Looked like it might have been tipped. Guess not. Point Mustangs, they lead now. First lead of the game for them, 9-8. And nobody there in the back corner as the Bulldogs stop their slide. And they tie it up here at 9-9. That'll bring on number 29, Gracie Conkling, to serve for them. Mustangs receive. They set up their attack. They just decide to tip it over. The libero makes a diving dig. Returned it back, and then the Mustangs were able to find a way to get it to the ground where nobody was on that Bulldog side, and it'll be point Mustangs, 10-9 now, as they bring on number 1, Braxton Rutt, to serve for them. Serve received by the Bulldogs. They'll just hit it back over. No attack from them. Attack from the Mustangs. Nothing doing there. And a kill. Bouncing off the net for the Bulldogs. That's going to tie it right back up here at 10. Very close game here so far. Could be anybody's game. Serve received by the Mustangs. They go on the attack. Bulldogs handle it nicely. Bulldogs attack, and it's in! Bulldogs take the lead back. They lead by 1, 11-10. And back there serving for the Bulldogs, number 23, Bella Recker, as she commits a service error. That's going to be point Mustangs. That brings on Kendall Philippi, the libero, to serve. All tied up at 11s here. Mustangs with the ball. They're going to bump it over. Bulldogs setting up. They're going to just push it over, try to catch them off guard. Nothing doing there. Mustangs just bump it over. Bulldogs going on the attack again. And again, another push. And this time it works. Point Bulldogs. They take the lead again, 12-11. That's going to bring on number 11, Easton Kapach. Served by Kapach is fielded. Mustangs set up. They go on the attack, and they get the kill to bring it back to even, folks. It is 12-12. It's going to bring on a number 12, Jetta Stewart, to serve. 12's all over the board here. Serve received by the Bulldogs. Now on Mustang side. It gets tipped at the line on the Bulldog side, and it falls. And that's going to be a point. Mustangs. They take the lead back now, 13-12. This game is going back and forth, folks. It is very exciting. And a service error here from the Mustangs. That's going to tie it up. And it's going to be point Bulldogs. It's going to bring on number 1, Emerson Prososki, to serve for the Bulldogs. Bulldogs on the attack. Push over. And that's a point Bulldogs. They take the lead back, 14-13. This game just keeps going back and forth and back and forth. Right now, the Bulldogs having the upper hand. Soski with the serve. And the Mustangs have no choice but to just bump it back over. And the Bulldogs just try to push it. And we're going to have a double hit. Point Bulldogs, double hit on the Mustangs. They lead 15-13 now. Serve fielded by the Mustangs. They go on the attack, but it goes long, and it hits the line judge. She looks like she's all right. She's laughing it off. Now the Bulldogs lead 16-13. And service error That's going to be point Mustangs. They lead, or the Bulldogs still lead 16-14. Mustangs are trailing. That brings on number 8, Maria Dimas, to serve for the Mustangs. Returned by the Bulldogs. And off the net with a dig. Mustangs on the attack. Bulldogs answer. They just make sure to get it back over. No attack from the Bulldogs. Mustangs back on the attack, and it's in. Mustangs trying to crawl back. They're only down by 1 now. It's 15-16. And that one is going to be an ace serve. Bounces off the hands of Conklin. Errant hit. And the Mustangs have it all tied up again. Tomas with the serve. And another bad hit from Conklin. That's going to give the Mustangs the lead. They lead 17-16. Serve received by the Bulldogs. And they get the kill there. And it's tied back up at 17s now. It's going to bring on the libero, number 33, Gianna Roberts, to serve for the Bulldogs. Mustangs set up their attack, and that goes long. But they're calling a net violation on the Bulldogs. That's going to be point Mustangs. They lead at 18-17. That's number 10, Jaylee Sabotka, back there to serve for the Mustangs. Serve received by the Bulldogs. They go on the attack. Nothing doing there. Mustangs receive it well. Mustangs just try to get it back over. Now the Bulldogs go on the attack. Mustangs receive it well again. And just a pushover, but the Mustangs were there. Bulldogs try again on the kill. Nothing doing there. Got a hand on it. This is a fantastic volley. Both teams just going right back at it. And ball goes into the net on the Bulldog side, and that's going to be point Mustangs. They lead 19-17 now. That was a fantastic volley until I gave it the announcer's jinx. Spotka with the serve. Bulldogs field it. They go on the attack. No kill there. Mustangs trying one of their own. Nothing doing. Bulldogs get the kill this time. They bring it back within 1. 19-18. And that's going to bring on number 21, Osceola Gehring, to serve for the Bulldogs. 19-18, Mustangs lead. Mustangs receive the serve, get it back over just with a set. And the Bulldogs get a kill. They tie it up. Neither team will go to bed. They want to win. We have a tie ball game once again. 19-19. The serve from Gehring is received by Mustangs, but not very well. They're just going to have to bump it over. Bulldogs go on the attack. Hit skips off the net and blocked and goes out of bounds. Point Bulldogs. They have the lead late. They lead 20-19. Gehring with the serve. Mustangs receive it. 20-19, Bulldogs leading. Bulldogs get set up with their own. They just set it over. Same with the Mustangs. And the Bulldogs returned it right back, and they couldn't handle it. 21-19, Bulldogs lead. Looks like the Mustangs are going to take a timeout, so will we. You're watching the Crossroads Conference Volleyball Tournament on Strive TV.
CRC coverage is brought to you by
Carlstrom Electric, Central Car Wash, Central City Veterinary Clinic, Central Valley Ag Cooperative, Clark's Ag Supply, Cedar Valley Company, Clark's LLC, and Clark's Locker.
It is reassuring to know that specialized medical care for you and your family is available in Polk County. At Annie Jeffrey Health Center, we are committed to providing you the highest quality health care available.
Cornerstone Bank is committed to providing you game-changing solutions for your financial needs. Bank on a solid foundation. Cornerstone Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And we are back here at the Crossroads Conference Volleyball Tournament, presented by Grand Central Foods, Copsa, Odie, CPAs and Advisors, York General, Edgewater Insurance in Osceola, and Weaver Repair in Geneva. Thank you to all of our sponsors. Osceola High School Bulldogs lead the Meridian Mustangs right now, 21-19. Gehring with the serve, and that's going to be an ace serve for her. It skips off the net. Neither Mustang could ever get a handle on it. 22-19, Bulldogs lead. Bulldogs looking for an upset too. Already had one of those today. And another ace serve. As the Mustangs couldn't handle that one, Bulldogs go up 23-19 and are 2 points away from winning set one and inching closer to the quarterfinals. And a kill by the Bulldogs, and they say it's in. Bulldogs lead 24-19 in point set here. And the stuff from the Bulldogs to shut it out. So far, the Osceola Bulldogs pulling off an upset. They win in dramatic fashion, 25-19. And they are just one win away from the quarterfinals. We're going to take a 1-minute break here in between sets. You were watching the Crossroads Conference Volleyball Tournament on Strive TV.
CRC coverage is brought to you by
Clint Hoffman with Trados, Cornerstone Bank, Cornerstone Insurance Group, Dash Farms Incorporated, Flatland Mobile Service LLC, and First State Bank.
For any of your heating and air conditioning needs, call McCool Heating and AC, your Daikin Comfort Pros at 402-724-2305. McCool Heating and Air proudly supports Mustang Athletics.
Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people.
This is Alan Odepal, Odepal Insurance, at 4th and Grant in Yorktown Center. Insurance is our only business.
CRC coverage is brought to you by
Gavilan Grain, Hamilton Telephone Company, and Midstate Community TV, Hans Service LLC, Harless Oil Company, and Harmony Daylily Farm and Nursery.
At Paliseed, we believe in grown from the ground up, from the field of play to the cornfield. We are proud to support high school athletes.
CRC coverage is brought to you by
Portville Shop Incorporated, Greg Fowler, Automotive Specialist, Carrie Joe's Catering, Quick Shop, Mr. K. Angus, Myers Insurance, and Northeast Nebraska Telephone Company.
We are back here at Crossroads Conference Volleyball Tournament, presented by Nutrien Ag Solutions, Cridle Enterprises, Running Grocery, Lavenders of York, Shickley Grain, and Baumsberger Welding. Thank you to all of our sponsors that have made this possible today. We are in the final game of the day here. The Osceola Bulldogs Set one, 25-19. If they win it here, they move on to the quarterfinals, and the Mustangs of Meridian go home. Serving for the Bulldogs is number 1, Emerson Prasowski. Received by the Mustangs. And they get stuffed, and they can't recover. The Bulldogs are fired up. Their fans are fired up. They're all making all kinds of noise. They have a 1-0 lead early on here. Prasowski with the serve. Received by the Mustangs. Mustangs setting up a kill. They just try to tap it over, but they don't get it. Both teams met at the net. Mustangs back with the ball. They just bump it over. Bulldogs looking to set up a kill of some sorts. They're not going to be able to. They just got to get it over. Good save there. Mustangs try to go on a kill. They got it. They tie it up. They don't want to go home yet. They're going to have something to say about this before it all is said and done. This game's tied at 1 now. This is about how it went in the last set until the very end. We'll bring on number 12, Jetta Stewart, to serve for the Mustangs. As the Bulldogs try to set up for a kill there, but just hit it down into their own net. Point Mustangs, they take the lead 2-1. And the Bulldogs aren't able to serve that one. Or handle that one, I should say. And that's going to be Point Mustangs. They take a lead 3-1 now. Stewart with the serve. And the Bulldogs handled the serve, but didn't get their attack set up right, but they made it work. Good save there by the Mustangs. Both teams fighting to stay alive. And on the attack from the Bulldogs, and they get the kill. They come back within 1, 3-2. Serving for the Bulldogs is going to be the libero, number 33, Gianna Roberts. And they're saying that ball was tipped. And that's going to be Point Mustangs. They lead 4-2. On to serve now for the Mustangs. Number 12, Jetta Stewart. Or sorry, no, that is number 8, Maria Damas. Serve received by the Bulldogs, and they go for the kill, and they get it. They're not going away in this set. Bulldogs are behind 4-3 as that brings on Saleha Gehring to serve for the Bulldogs. Gehring with the serve. Mustangs handle it, set up their attack, and it goes long. Point Bulldogs. And they're tied up here at 4 apiece. Neither team going away whatsoever. Gehring with the serve. Mustangs handle it. Set up their attack. And it's just a little tip over, and it finds the floor. And the Mustangs take the lead right back after a brief moment of being tied. That's going to bring on number 10, Jaylee Sobotka, to serve. And the kill there is good for the Bulldogs. Point Bulldogs, and we're at a tie ball game once again. Neither team going away. Mustangs just Give a little return there. Kill by the Bulldogs. And it tips off a Mustang and heads out of bounds. Point Bulldogs, and the Bulldogs have the lead here, 6-5. And serve goes wide on that one. That was number 29, Gracie Conkling, on that serve. And that brings us to a tie ball game again, 6-6 as number 7, Olivia Schaefer, comes on to serve for the Mustangs. And a little tip over, but it's handled by the Mustangs. They go on the attack, but that's handled by the Bulldogs. Another little tip. Mustangs have the ball back here. They go on the attack. Nothing doing there. The Bulldogs get it back over. A miscommunication. And that's going to be a point. Bulldogs, they regain the lead. They lead 7-6. And number 23, Bella Recker, serving for the Bulldogs. Mustangs return it, and they find just a little spot where nobody was. And the game is back to tied. We're tied at 7-all here. Number 1, Braxton Rutt on to serve for the Mustangs. And everybody just stands around and looks at it. Gives up a free point there. Point Mustangs. They take the lead back. It's 8-7 now. Mustangs with the ball back. They try to go on a attack. And they get the point. Point Mustangs. They lead at 9-7 now. Bulldogs on the return. And nobody went for the ball on the set. Kind of seemed like everybody was a little confused there. Point Mustangs. They lead by 10-7. Bulldogs just bump it back over. And an errant hit there from the Mustangs. That gets the Bulldogs back in business. Point Bulldogs, 10-8 is your score now. Mustangs still leading. Number 11, Easton Kapach on for the serve. And there's a block there from the Bulldogs, but the Mustangs recover. Now the Bulldogs setting up a kill, and that gets blocked. And the Bulldogs recover, but when they tried to hit it back over, they hit it right back into the net, and that's going to be a point Mustangs. That brings on number 22, Kendall Philippi. Scores 11-8 here. Mustangs leading. An attack by the Bulldogs, and they're going to say that's in. Point Bulldogs. They are down 11-9 now. Bulldogs still hanging in there, but haven't had a lead here in a little bit now. Looking to take that back. We have number 1, Emerson Prososki here, serving for the Bulldogs. Mustangs get their offense set up, and it was tipped at the net by the Bulldogs. Goes out of bounds. That's point Mustangs. Mustangs lead 12-9. That brings on number 12, Jetta Stewart, for the serve. And the Bulldogs hit it back into the net. Point Mustangs again. They lead 13-9. And that serve goes long. Bulldogs have the ball back now. Bulldogs down 13-10. Serving for the Bulldogs is number 33, Gianna Roberts. And a kill by the Bulldogs. They're back in business. They're down 13-11 now. They're trying to get back in this ball game. And service error there. It's going to be Point Mustangs, 14-11. It's going to bring on number 8, Maria DeMoss, to serve for the Mustangs. Bulldogs handle it. They go on the attack. And the Mustangs handled that. They just bump it over. Here's the Bulldogs. They go on the attack. And that one goes long. Point Mustangs, they're ahead 15-11. Serve from DeMoss, fielded by the Bulldogs. They're setting up their attack, and they're going to get it. Score now 15-12. Mustangs still leading, but the Bulldogs are certainly not out of this game whatsoever. That's going to bring on number 21, Selah Gehring, to serve for the Bulldogs. Mustangs don't get a great handle on that serve. They just bump it over. Here comes the kill. It's blocked by the Mustangs and goes back onto the Bulldogs' side and finds the floor. They lead 16-12. No matter what the Bulldogs do, they just cannot seem to be able to reel in the Mustangs on this set. That'll bring in number 10, Jaylee Sabotka. And a kill for the Bulldogs. They're behind 16-13 now. They're looking for a way to just inch closer and get it a little bit closer. And a tip. Tip in goes onto the side of the Mustangs. And let's point Bulldogs. Gracie Conklin serving for the Bulldogs, and not sure what happened there. Looks like they weren't aligned correctly. 16-15, the lead's down to 1. Bulldogs making a comeback. Good dig by the Bulldogs. Tip over, but the Mustangs handle it just fine. They're looking to go on the attack. And here come the Bulldogs. And a kill for the Bulldogs. It's all tied at 16 now. Bulldogs fighting for a spot in the quarterfinals. Mustangs fighting to stay alive. We're tied at 16. And a kill, but it goes long. That was a really borderline play there. And there's some confusion here, as there's a point for the Bulldogs, and Mustangs take a timeout. We'll take one too. Be back here in 30 seconds on Strive TV.
CRC coverage is brought to you by
Gavilan Grain, Hamilton Telephone Company and Midstate Community TV, Han Service LLC, Harless Oil Company, and Harmony Daylily Farm and Nursery.
Turn to a better nitrogen. Turn to Pivot Bio Proven 40. To learn more, contact your local sales representative, Walters Ag LLC in Shickley at 402-759-1831.
Bye.
Cordville Shop Incorporated, Greg Fowler, Automotive Specialist, Carrie Joe's Catering, Quick Shop, Mr. K. Angus, Myers Insurance, and Northeast Nebraska Telephone Company.
And we are back here at the York Auditorium for the Crossroads Conference Volleyball Tournament, presented by Grand Central Foods, Copes Odie, CPAs and Advisors, York General, Edgewater Insurance in Osceola, and Weaver Repair in Geneva. Thank you to all of our sponsors. It is 17-16, Bulldogs lead. Tracy Conklin on the serve. Good dig from the Bulldogs on a tip. But the Mustangs recover nicely as well. Bulldogs go on the attack. Don't get it. Point Mustangs, and we're back tied. Back and forth once again. The ball got stuck up on the stage here at the auditorium. All tied up here at 17 now. That brings on number 7, Olivia Schaefer, to serve for the Mustangs. Received by the Bulldogs. They look for the kill. They don't take it. They just get it back over. Mustangs go for the kill. It's stuffed, but falls on the Bulldog side. Point Mustangs, they regain the lead. They lead 18-17, the serve. Handled by the Bulldogs. On the attack. Mustangs handle that fine. They just tip it over. They're going to get it. Bulldogs starting to build a lead again, or the Mustangs starting to build a lead here again. And that's going to be a timeout by the Bulldogs. We're going to take one, too. Back here in 30 seconds on Strive TV.
CRC coverage is brought to you by
Polk County Rural Public Power District, Polk Service and Repair, Sandell Electric Incorporated, and Solt Wagner Funeral Home.
Weekend Warriors Roofing is more than just a roofing company. They do siding, decks, home remodeling, and so much more. Give Weekend Warriors Roofing a call today.
CRC coverage is brought to you by
Strobel Energy Group, Strobel Manufacturing Incorporated, The Meat Hook, Top Game Industries, and Studio G Photography by Shelley Garrett.
And we are back here at the Crossroads Conference Volleyball Tournament, brought to you by Nutrien Ag Solutions, Kreitzel Enterprises, Running Grocery, Lavenders of York, Shickley Grain, and Baumsberger Welding. Thank you to our sponsors and all that you do for us and for making this possible. Mustangs lead 19-17. Olivia Schaefer on the serve, and the Bulldogs get a kill. They come back within one. They're down by one, 19-18. Number 23, Bella Recker, to serve for the Bulldogs. Received by the Mustangs. They hit it back over. Bulldogs look to go on attack. They do. It's blocked. It's tipped. Mustangs go again. It's blocked there, but the Bulldogs handled it. They get it back over. Mustangs try again. It's tipped again. And that one goes out. Bulldogs player tipped it. Tried to set it back over. Didn't work. Point Mustangs, 2018. That brings on number 1, Braxton Rutt, to serve. And ace serve for her. As the Bulldogs are down. The Mustangs are up 21-18. On the attack from the Bulldogs, it goes long. And that's going to be point Mustangs. Mustangs lead 22-18. Every time the Bulldogs get close, they just keep pulling away. A little tip there from the Bulldogs, handled nicely by the Mustangs. And a kill that gets stuffed. Point Bulldogs. Bulldogs back in business now. They are down 22-19. And that brings on number 11, Easton Kapach, to serve. And that's going to be a kill. Bulldogs certainly still not going away quite yet. As they are down 22-20 now. They're within 2. the serve handled by the Mustangs. They're going to try to tip it over, but Bulldogs handle it. And another kill is handled. And they got it right back over. And they'll try again. And they get it this time. Point Bulldogs. And they are within one once again. They're down 22-21. Receive the serve. They're just going to have to get this one over. No attack from them. Bulldogs go on the attack, but the Mustangs handle it. Mustangs go on the attack, and the Bulldogs handle it just fine. And a little pushover. Nothing doing there. Mustangs try the same thing. We got a heck of a volley going on here. Both teams trying all kinds of different things. And there's a kill, and it goes out into the stands. And then back down onto the court. Tie ball game once again. Neither team is going away. Both teams fighting for an opportunity at the conference title. And we are tied here at 22-22. Mustangs receive the serve. Back over to the Bulldogs. Bulldogs try the kill. Doesn't work. Bump goes over the net. Mustangs try the kill. Doesn't work. Bulldogs on the kill. They get it. They have the lead. And the point Bulldogs, they're ahead 23-22. Mustangs call timeout. And we're going to stay right here for this one. Folks, for those of you who are watching at home, you are seeing an amazing game. 4 points, the biggest difference so far in set number 2. Being tied up more often than not. This has been a thing to watch. Let's run through what has happened earlier today. Number 8 and number 9 SRC facing off. Number 9 RC gets the win. 5 and 12. Nebraska Lutheran McCool Junction. Nebraska Lutheran wins. Number 6 Cross County. Number 11 East Butler. Cross County moved on after that one. Osceola and Twin River. Osceola moved on after that. BDS beats SRC. High Plains beats Lutheran. Cross County beats Dorchester, and now here we are in our last match of the day. 23-22 Bulldogs, as here comes Kapach with the serve. Return to the Mustangs, and it goes long. Bulldogs are 1 point away. It is 24-22. Mustangs handle the return. They just bump it over. Little miscommunication there. Bulldogs try for the kill. They get stuffed. Doesn't work. Little tip. Mustangs handle it very well. The Mustangs go on the attack. They handle it. And an errant hit. Making it 24-23 point Mustangs. Mustangs down by 1. That's going to bring in number 22, the libero, Kendall Philippi, to serve for the Mustangs. Mustangs need to score here to keep this game alive. Bulldogs looking to end it. Mustangs on the attack. They get it! Tie ball game! The crowd here is going nuts. We are all tied here at 24. Bulldogs handle the serve. They tip it over. They get the point. They take the lead. And it is point set once again. You got to win by 2 here, folks. For those of you who aren't familiar with volleyball, you have to win by 2. So we will keep going until one team leads by 2. I'll bring on number 1, Emerson Krasoski for the Bulldogs to try to close it out. Mustangs receive the serve. They go on the attack. They don't get it. Bulldogs handle it well. Bulldogs just get it back over. Mustangs looking to set up their attack. They just try to tip it. And the Bulldogs can't handle it. And we're going to be tied up once again. Here at 25. That's going to bring on number 12, Jetta Stewart. Mustangs with the ball. They go for the attack. They don't get it! Point set again for the Bulldogs. We'll see if they can finish it off here. That brings on number 33, the libero, Jana Roberts for the serve. Mustangs handle it. They bump it over. Bulldogs looking to end it here. They go on the attack. They get stuffed, but they get it. But the Bulldogs get it back on the attack again. They get it. The game is over. The game is over. Bulldogs pull off the upset. The Osceola High School Bulldogs will move on to the quarterfinals after they beat number 2 Meridian. 2 upsets in the bottom of the bracket have shaken this thing up. And it's still anybody's game tomorrow. Remember, or sorry, not tomorrow, on Monday. No games tomorrow. I want to repeat that. No games tomorrow. We will be back here at the York Auditorium to continue into the quarterfinals at 6 p.m. on Monday. It'll be number 6 Cross County going up against number 7 Osceola. And then at 7:30 it'll be number 1 BDS going up against High Plains. That's going to do it for us here from the York Auditorium and Strive TV. Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors: New Tree and Ag Solutions, Cry-Troll Enterprises, Brennan Grocery, Levenders of York, Shickley Grain, Baumsberger Welding, Grand Central Foods, Copsa Odie CPAs and Advisors, York General, Edgewater Insurance, and Osceola Lever Repair in Geneva. Thank you to our sponsors. What a great day of volleyball here today, and we will see you guys on Monday. Thank you for tuning in to Strive TV.